What, pray tell? Boom. He will never be ballin'. Oh, but he is, though. Oh. Well, isn't that cute? Been a pretty busy week at work. We're in the last week of like the busy week, or like the busy season. So trying to wrap that up and go back to normal. Did I tell you guys about the corporate mumbo jumbo they have us doing at work? Corporate mumbo jumbo that HR has us doing. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh god. So every year, as part of our like performance review and just genuine like, you know, like check-ins with our manager. We do this little thing called goal setting. It's a totally normal thing. Pretty healthy thing to do in the workplace. And we do that. We do that amongst ourselves. Our boss does a check-in. Keeps after us throughout the year being like, hey, how's your progress on like this? You know, that kind of thing. Very normal thing. But this is done just like at the department level, or like at like the team level, I guess. This year, from like above, like from like top level management, like CIO, CEO level, whatever. There's a mandate that we have to do this, like, we have, like, the entire organization has to do this, like, really uptight, like, official goal-setting workshop thing. And we have to, like, fill out a form and everything, detailing, like, our goals and how they'll benefit us in the future, and how we can do this, like, personal development and get better or whatever. And nobody like wants to do it. Like there is so much backlash about it, because it's just busy work. It is quite literally like we do this. We talk to our boss. Why do we need to fill out a form for HR and like submit it by like X date when we have work to be doing? Like, what do you want from us? And it is the most, like, book report paperwork you have ever seen in your life. It literally looks like my summer homework from when I was in, like, the 2nd grade or something. About setting goals. And they had, like, an info session for it. And there was this guy in the info session. And I know of him. I've never worked with him. He's on another team entirely. But sometimes I come to notice him during our like department-wide like yearly meetings. Because he is a guy who will definitely raise his hand to talk at those big meetings. And he seems like an individual without a filter. And he definitely, whenever he talks at those, I'm always like, oh brother, this guy. When he unmuted at this info session, I was like, let's go, dude, let's go. Because I knew he was about to rip into them. And he pretty much, he goes like, they were like, what's your question, dude? And he's like, He's like, hey, yeah, I do this with my manager every year. Can you just tell me what you want me to fill out so I can just do it? What is the point of this info session? Just tell me what to fill out. And they were like, well, you don't really have to like fill out anything. This is just for you, for your personal development. We want you to succeed, or like mumbo jumbo like that. And he was like, okay. He like cuts them off while they're saying this like scripted, like, you know, stuff that they're just spoon feeding us. And he goes, oh, okay, wait, I see it here. It's the stuff at the bottom. Okay, I'm good, thanks. And then he drops off the call. In front of like 100 people. But my boss in a meeting last week was like, you guys think of your goals? And we were all like, no. She was like, it's due at like the end of the month. And we were like, yeah. And then she was like, yeah. I talked to our director and she said we don't have to fill out the paper. Nobody cares. Just write me 2 or 3 sentences and we'll call it. We'll call it even. Just write me a couple sentences, send it to me by email, and we'll submit that and see what happens. They can't fire all of us. What are we doing here? Just killing all these guys again? They ran out of budget. You guys think of your goals? Can you imagine? But it stinks because it reeks of like when we have our meetings with our manager every year, she seems like genuinely invested in like figuring out a goal for you. And, you know, we're like talking about what we want to do for the future. And you could literally say like, I want to go work somewhere else. And she'd be like, all right, let's help you like make that happen. And when like this, when this kind of thing gets like mandated, and these people who you don't even know are like, we want you to have a personal development goal delivered to our desk. Oh, beating Chugga, that's a good one. It feels very, how did I put it? I submitted feedback. I said, is this anonymous? My boss was like, yeah, it's anonymous. And I said, cool. It feels like soulless busy work. And she was like, that's good. Because it also just happens to come at the time of year where my team is the busiest. And they expect us to, like, you know, put down what we're doing and do this, like, this detached, like, no one's actually going to read this and care sort of, you know, busy work. And there's a real cultural, like, there's a cultural friction in our organization that I think is probably true of many higher ed organizations, if I had to guess, where since COVID happened, a lot of people are working remote. You know, that's just the way it is now. And especially in technology, like, a lot of people are working from home. And our organization is made up of mostly people that are working remote. Mostly. And whenever we have some department-wide meeting with, like, everybody in it, the conversation always happens to be like, oh, now that we're all at home and that we all get to enjoy, like, being remote all the time, like, let's talk about how good life is and all that. Very conveniently ignoring, like, you know, the 20% of the organization that is, like, forced to be on site due to the nature of our job. And, you know, not to even, like, not even to brag, this is just the truth. We, like, hold everything up, kind of. and we just get like ignored by like all the, you know, the hoity-toity like system admins and all that get to like stay at home all day or whatever. And they just have their tea parties at the meeting or whatever. Or they get to pat themselves on the back about how they got out of bed on time this morning or whatever. I don't know. It's one of those things where there's a big focus on that, like 80% of the organization. And, you know, teams like our own get really ignored whenever discussion is happening about, like, anything. It's one of those things that's just like also causing tensions to rise. They happen to put it at the busy season for us, which is the quiet season for everyone else. Because school started up, so they already had everything ready. But school started up, so we're flat out busy on site because everybody's scrambling. It's just one of those things where it's like it's what the paperwork represents that rubs us the wrong way. It's the principle of it. This guy is such a... This big as his ant head is such a... This is like that room in Wind Waker, in the Tower of the Gods. Funny. Yeah. I was saying it at Will's stream the other night, when he showed the content he made. I think... This is the most biased thing anyone could ever say. I think we, as a group, are the funniest people on the planet. Do I even have whatever I need here? Big key? There was no such thing. Where was the big key? There was no such key. That's it right there, isn't it? This dungeon didn't need a big key. I'm gonna be real with you. I'll let you in on a little secret. This dungeon did not need a big key. No! Jim! Is that it? I think we're pretty funny. Everybody that I know is funny. Okay, well, not everybody that I know. We all know that they are not funny. You know, can't let them know that. Who am I talking about? You'll never know. What? What? What do you want from me? What? Oh, Jim. What, to kill all birds? These things are funny. they're respawning, right? There's no way. There's no way to kill all the birds. But if not, then what? There's some sort of chest back there, huh? But from what, though? Oh, bird. Any more birds I should know about? Is that a bird? It's a jar. I don't know. Do I think this is the big key? This dungeon didn't need a big key. I don't know, guys. That's my thought. What even was here? Well, wait, does that mean you were at the bottom? Least funny. That's the kind of shit that would ruin my life. That would be the end of it. I don't know if I would bounce back from that one. Funny playground story I have. That involves girls being, well, I wouldn't even say mean. They were playing, what's the jump rope game? Where's the jump rope game where, like, someone's jumping and then they say someone's having a baby, and then they say, like, one of the guys' names. Oh, jump rope. Yeah, that's what it's called. They were playing that one. I don't know what it's called. But, in one of them, they said my name. And you're supposed to freak out. You're supposed to be like, no, Bones and Friends! You're supposed to be, like, mad. You're supposed to be flustered because you're young and girls are icky. But I was just there, and, like, one of the guys was, like, laughing at me for a second. I was like, what's wrong with that, dude? I think that's pretty cool. and he goes, yo, you're so cool, actually. I think he went out for a handshake and went, good man. And I was like, yeah, dude. Girls aren't icky. It's cool to care. I was like the first one to resist that game, and a revolution was started on that day. Why do we think girls are icky? the three kids around the couch talking about Fortnite. I don't see... Maybe it is kill all the birds. Because this takes me around as though I were fighting the birds. But what really are the birds, you know? Anybody got any ideas on this one? I don't want to take forever on this one. We had this kid in I think it was kindergarten? Kindergarten or first grade or something. One of those really early years. Or he was nuts, this kid. He was like... He was, I don't know where he got his energy. Crack, maybe? He was... he would go... There was like a couple months where recess consisted of him becoming a werewolf and chasing everyone around. And we were like, oh man, he's at it again. He thought he was a werewolf. And at first it was just a funny game where he chased people around. But then he started actually scratching people. And then he didn't come back the next year. Nicholas didn't come back. He was in my driving school though, and he seemed like he had mellowed out. I don't know what to do in here. There should be a room on the way to the boss door with a waterfall of peppercorn where you have to claw shot up. Okay. Do we think, like, further in? This is like the last room, isn't it? Let's check this out one more time. This is all we're doing today anyway, is this dungeon. So, we got time. Kickball, jump rope, playground. Whatever the fuck I was doing. Recess definitely had, like, eras. Did you guys have that kind of... Where, like, recess, like, changed? In the previous room, oh. Yeah, it doesn't... It's definitely not here. Yes, I was gonna say that. 4th, 5th grade, maybe? Recess became football. Which was fun. We had a good time with football, and I liked playing because I definitely had a reputation for not being an athlete. And so when I got to do something cool, I felt very proud. I remember the first time I intercepted a throw, the boys were gassing me up, and I was like, thank God. Yes! This is how we win! Okay, yeah, Will went to the same school as me, I guess, because it was definitely Foursquare for a little bit in, like, 3rd and 4th grade. Right before football. But the thing about Foursquare is that only 4 people can play for a little while. So if people are, like, running it, like, you just don't get to play some days. Like, you're just out there for a little bit. But I don't know, I think recess was the coolest when you were in, like, kindergarten or 1st grade and everything you did out there was made up. There was a lot of made up stuff going on. There were entire, like... There was, like, its own little society out there. Do we think it's this? I don't know how to make this, like, happen. back in like kindergarten, first grade, again, same era. I think Yu-Gi-Oh was getting big around that time, and that's when they had to ban all the trading cards. But people, once they banned them, I remember like there was this like one stairwell that you could or staircase. The stairwell, like the stairway, like the space in which stairs. A staircase is the stairs themselves, right? There is a staircase. That people would hide behind, and that's where all of the card dealings would happen. You don't have to nerd that, come on. I'm just asking. That was where all the shady dealings happened. And it was extremely obvious. I got busted like a week in. Why are all the kids crowding behind the staircase over there? Oh, it's because they're trading illicit Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Yeah, it would happen like once per year too. There was something new every year that had to get banned. I remember I had this, I don't even know what you would call it. It was a yo-yo of sorts, but it was like, you know those like toys that were like, it's almost like a stress ball, but it's made with goo inside. A yo-yo of sorts? It was like a gooey yo-yo. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like a fish. It was like a goldfish on a, like on a string kind of thing, and you just like yo-yo it, sort of. And I loved this toy. And I would bring it to school sometimes. And one time I brought it to recess, and it fell on the ground, and it got all dirty. And I don't, like, if you've ever had a toy that's made of like weird goo or something, it's over at that point. You can't clean that. It was really dirty from recess. And I remember being really sad when I looked down at it, seeing it all dirty, because it was my favorite toy. And then I got home from school that day, and my mom had to take it away because it got recalled. So I was just like sad. I think they were like a choking hazard or something. Like they were on the news, you know? It was like, you can't be having these anymore. Kids are like strangling themselves with these. And it was like, oh man. So they had to take my fish away. That was sad. I remember being sad. I like that fish. Yeah, I mean, just let boys be boys, you know? Another fun story before we go in here. I think this was the 4th grade. We had this project where we had an entire unit in science class where we learned about electricity. And we had this project where we had to build a little like a little house with cardboard and whatnot, and decorate it however we like, and we'd have to put some light bulbs in there because we learned how to use little tiny light bulb circuits. And it was a big group project. It was a really fun project. It was very exciting. We basically got to make a little like dollhouse, pretty much. And my group was me, my 2 boys, and my enemy. It was right out of a sitcom, honestly. It was me, my 2 boys, and my rival. And his deal was just that he was kind of like, he could be mean. And so I viewed him as the villain of the class, even though, like, he was fine. But he had a reputation for just being, like, kind of the mean, or, like, kind of like, I wouldn't even say like a bully, just kind of like, he would just get, like, mean or rough. And so at one point I was holding the little, like, the little scissors you use when you're a kid, the really dull scissors, you know those? And he wanted them for something, and I was holding them, and I was like, no, these are mine, like, I'm using them, like, back off, dude, wait your turn. And he, like, yanked them out of my hand, and it, like, skimmed my finger, and cut some of my skin. And in the moment, I flipped out at him. I was like, you cut my finger off! I was, like, so mad at him. I was like, my finger! It's gone! I went to the teacher to tell on him, because, you know, I was mad. He cut my finger off. And the teacher was like, it's fine, it's just like a cut. It'll be fine. Just apply some, like, antibiotic or whatever. I went to the nurse's office. He'd like skinned my finger, like scraped across it with the scissors. I was like really upset. I thought it was over. It was fine. It was nothing. But what really angered me is that the teacher later that day had to send an email home because it was technically the result of a fight, kind of. So my teacher had to write a letter and send it home to, like, each of our parents. And in the letter, it said, Adam and Andrew had a disagreement about the scissors. And my mom was reading it, and I was like, that's a lie! I was like, there was no disagreement. I'm not blamed for this at all. He just took them from me. I'm not to blame for this. He cut my finger. I was so heated. But then we set aside our differences and we built the best house ever. And that was the story of my best summer vacation ever. Delicious water. Oh. Sometimes you gotta take a side. Emily punched a girl in the face for stealing her brown crayon. She broke her glasses! Was it deserved? If she stole your crayon, like, talk shit, get hit, kinda. I thought the game broke for a second there. Well, you can't steal the brown crayon when you're coloring a turkey. Zant. Mouth? Isn't this ironic? Here we are, all thanks to the dark magic curse you placed on Jimmu. You speak of magic? Still your tongue for a moment, whelp, and I will tell you of both magic and the oppression of ages. The people of our tribe, a tribe what mastered the arts of magic, were locked away in this world like insects in a cage. A bit of a king of curses. In the shadows we regressed, so much so that we soon knew neither anger nor hatred, nor even the faintest bloom of desire. And all it was the fault of a useless, do-nothing royal family that had resigned itself to this miserable half-existence. I'd served and endured in that depraved household for far too long, my impudent princess. And why, you ask? Because I believed I would be the next to rule our people. That is why. But would they acknowledge me as their king? No, and as such I was denied the magic powers befitting our ruler. It was then in the thrall of hatred and despair that I turned my eyes to the heavens and found a god. He's crashing out. It's the it's the storyline of this playthrough. Raw. I shall house my power in you. If there's anything you desire, then I shall desire it too. My god had only one wish. To merge shadow and light and make darkness. Raw. You see it? Can you tell what's happening? You already caught on? Visions of Jimu's long since passed. Can I, do I just wait it out? Oh, well. What did I do in the original? Forgot I had that item. It's kind of cool, I think. Uh-oh! Oh, it's this one. Well, don't take me back here now. Ah, yes. Thank goodness. Oh no, not this one! Hold Hold on, I struggled with so many bosses. Oh my goodness, this is cool. This is when it gets cool. Jim, you moron. Get him! I can't believe I'm getting him like this. Idiot. Wasn't until 9th grade? That's pretty good. What is this? The 4 Xants of the Apocalypse? Well, this is kind of like ball in a cup. No! Come back! A better way to punch him. Where to now, buddy? What the heck is this boss? Here! We're doing all the mini bosses too. This is cool. Xant, he's the guy until Ganondorf shows up. And then he crashes out because he realizes he's not the guy. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. It's like that, huh? I'm invincible. Did that hit? Oh, we traded. Okay, I think you have to use the sword specifically. I think even if that hit, it wouldn't do damage. It's weak to the light from your blade. Where to next, guy? Here? There's no boss here. Oh, raw! Alright. Yeah, this is the theme of a Crash Out. This is what's playing in my head whenever something stupid happens in this one. He really represents me throughout all of this. Whoa, buddy, chill. Oh! What are you doing here? Ow. I can do that too. Ow. Oh my god, it works. This is the craziest swordplay I've ever seen, dude. This is, you should be ashamed of this one. We did it. Rip Bozo. Oh! Oh! What? He's still alive. You wanna You wanna know why none would call you king? It was your eyes, Zant. All saw it. Power? Lust for gold? You think we'd forget our ancestors lost their king to such greed? Foolish Twilight princess. The curse on you cannot be broken. It was placed on you by the magic of my god. The power you held as leader of the Twilight will never return. Already he has descended and been reborn in this world. As long as my master Ganon survives, he will resurrect me without cease. Is he drooling? Oh! She killed him! I used just a fraction of the power that's in me now. I did that using only a fraction of my ancestors' magic? Power scaling. Chimu, now's the time. We must save Zelda. I don't know, but I'm kind of scared of you now. The evil power Zant was wielding. I couldn't take it from him. But at least I still have the magic of my ancestors. With it, I can return the cherished power Zelda bestowed upon me. Now, let's go. Princess Zelda's waiting. Oh. Tanks. You got it, right? Martial King. This is better, actually. If you move throne sit. There's a place in Twilight for me. It's called the throne. Hold on, 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 hold on. Yes. 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 Iron boobs. I'll get you out of here. You sure there's nothing else you need to do, right? God, I hope. So Ganondorf was just using Zant to help him return to the world of light. I guess now we know the true nature of that barrier over Hyrule Castle. Remember that scene where Zant, after the water dungeon, how menacing he was? He wasn't even the big bad. He's in Hyrule Castle, I'm sure of it. That sounds like a final dungeon to me. We did it! Jim. Well, I don't know. I don't have anything else I want to do today. I'm a little tired, so I think we're going to call it here. Technically, we're supposed to end at 10 anyway. Anytime I go over 10, that's cheating. Fish? No fishing. There's no fishing. Nice try, though. Jimu, good stream. Guys, that was fun. That's it. Thanks for your hanging. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you Friday for the end of Yakuza and whatever I decide to play after. Alright? Alright. Okay. I will post. I'll post what we're gonna play before we get there. It won't be... unless we want it to be a surprise, but I don't think we want it to be. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Guys, have a good night. I appreciate you. Play him out, Jim.